We've got rain on the way, but thankfully, if you had any plans for tomorrow, it's not going to be an issue. Now, tonight, different story, as we've already got some showers rolling into the area. Thankfully, nothing severe, and I really do think the risk of anything severe is fairly limited. Have had a few thunderstorms, though, embedded within some scattered to more numerous showers rolling through the area. On the North Shore, we're already getting into the rainfall. Now, thankfully, they don't last for very long, but you do get some brief downpours that move through pretty quickly. Also, more activity off the coast that have been moving toward the lower down the bayou. River parishes starting to get on some of that rainfall. So within the next few hours, all of us will be getting into the rain, and that's going to continue through the overnight period. Now, most of the heavier rain may not arrive until about 10 o'clock or so. So newscast at 10, we will have a lot of those heavier downpours rolling through the area. Maybe something severe, but again, that risk looks to be fairly low. As we continue through the midnight hours, still some downpours around, and into the early morning hours of Tuesday. Now, thankfully, as most of us are waking up early Tuesday morning, rain is moving out. We'll probably stay under mostly cloudy skies during the day tomorrow, but at least the rest of the day will be dry. Low end risk of severe weather and really a low threat for tornadoes, any kind of strong gusty winds or hail. And I'm going to kind of focus on that tornado threat coming up in just a moment. We've seen a lot more cloudiness around the area so far today, and it was also a little milder. Won't really say warm, as we've only been in the 60s, 62 our current temperature. Humidity definitely higher, although this is not a muggy atmosphere, and so I really think the moisture in the atmosphere is kind of limited, which would normally help to fuel the rain and also help to fuel that risk of anything severe. I don't really think the atmosphere is that prime for much in the way of severe weather with this system approaching. Today's high 64, well below average, but yesterday's high was only 57. We're in the 60s up at the moment with a few upper 50s, although 52 degrees right now at Macomb. Temperature's not going to drop much during the overnight. In fact, we'll stay pretty mild. However, as this system moves on, we clear out the rainfall, the cold air returns right back into the area with a strong wind out of the north. Right now, winds are strong out of the east. As that rainfall continues to approach, we're going to see more of a southeast and then eventually a southwesterly wind, which will change to a northerly wind during the day tomorrow, and brisk 10 to 18 miles an hour sustained, gusting up to about 25 to maybe 30 miles an hour during the day. Here is the upper system. You can kind of see that spin, and what you also notice with that spin as it moved across North Texas, it's already starting to lift away from us. That was enough instability to get the showers and storms going, and actually quite a bit of rainfall in Oklahoma, which is now moving into Arkansas. Here's the risk of tornadic storms. Where you see highlighted is where the environment may be a little bit more conducive. And while yes, may be conducive right along the coastline as we go into late tonight, I think even that risk is on the lower end of the scale. In fact, we've seen higher risks across our area and nothing really materialized. Now, I don't want to downplay it too much, but I don't think this is going to be a widespread issue. As we go into the early morning hours, even with some of the rainfall, it doesn't really look like the environment is still primed for tornadic storms. So I do really think that that risk is going to be rather limited. So with these systems kind of moving through, it's a kind of complicated system that'll be approaching with the storms moving in overnight or later tonight and through the overnight hours, and they'll be clearing out with colder air surging in right behind. So we will continue with that very chilly air mass for the next several days. 65 degrees, then dropping through the day. 50s for highs with morning lows 30s and 40s. Look at this. Thursday morning may be cold enough with some patchy frost on the North Shore. Friday, Saturday morning, I do think we'll see a light freeze north of the lake.